Ellis Ground, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is at GA ramp VFR to Raleigh International with India.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 1,500 feet. Departure on 135.75, squawk 1323.
On departure, maintain VFR at or below 1,500 feet. Departure on 135.75, squawk 1323, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Read back correct.
Ellis Ground, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa's ready to taxi.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Taxi to runway 23 via Bravo 3 Alpha Alpha 6. Contact tower on 132.65 when ready for departure.
Taxi to runway 23 via Bravo 3 Alpha Alpha 6. Contact tower on 132.65 when ready for departure. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to CardboardSim. It has been yet another long time since we've flown together. As always, business. Business just kept on rocking, man. I can't even, there's really nothing else to say. I mean, business really started thriving towards the end, which is shocking to me because normally things really start slowing down, but calls kept coming in and had to make that money, you feel me? But we finally gotten to that breaking point. It's starting to slow down now, so I finally decided to take the opportunity and get on in here and fire up and do a little flight with you guys. So as you can hear, my clearance, I'm headed to Raleigh. I'm here at my home terminal, which is Ellis Airport in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And like I said, we're going to be heading over to RDU, which is Raleigh International. So prior to this flight, since the system was down for so long, obviously updates, and for those of you who know, updates can be a pain. I've probably spent the last week chasing issues Trying to figure out what update the sim did not like. But we got it all sorted for the most part. And this should be somewhat of a smooth flight. So we'll talk more once we get in the air. Ellis Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's holding short, runway 23, ready for departure.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Ellis Tower, runway 23, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 23, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Landing lights and the strobes are coming on. Brakes are released. We are clear down the runway, and we are clear on final. Should have did that check before, but that's okay. Let's line her up. Let's roll. Airspeed's coming alive. There's 60. Positive rate. Gear up.
Cherokee 90 Juliet, contact ground on 125.4.
Flaps up.
Ground 125.4, Cherokee 90 Juliet.
Ellis Towers, Skyhawk 23788 is holding short of runway 23, ready for VFR departure to the northwest.
Skyhawk 23788, Ellis Tower winds 200 at 8, runway 23 cleared for takeoff on departure turn left, heading 210, maintain VFR at or below 2,500 until clear of the Delta airspace.
Cherokee 9390 Juliet on final. Runway RNAV 05. Sure. Yep.
Cherokee 90 Juliet, runway 5, cleared to land, wind 021 at 21, altimeter 2971.
Clear to land, runway 05, Cherokee 90 Juliet.
And we'll go ahead and head to depart.
Washington Center, intentions 542. Can you verify what our next fix is, please?
Intentions 542, roger, maintain flight level 290. American 5959, Washington Center, descend and maintain 16,000.
Descend and maintain 16,000, American 5959.
We're going to
Washington Center, Diamond 124 Papa Tango, request descent to 3,000 feet.
4 Papa Tango, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet.
we'll climb to 3,500. That'd be a good altitude for us there. Go ahead and make my call here. Washington Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, departing Ellis Airport at 3,000 for 3,500.
Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, Wilmington approach, radar contact.
Approach.
Loading 4 Delta Sierra, contact Washington Center on 135.5.
So the Washington Center, Wilmington approach. That's what those mean.
135.5, 4 Delta Sierra.
Wilmington approach, Diamond 62 Tango, requesting IFR clearance to Kilo Mike Romeo Hotel.
62 Golf Tango, cleared to Michael J. Smith Field. Radar vectors RMAC, then as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect 7,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 135.75, squawk 6451. Expect runway 35 for departure.
Wilmington approach, Diamond 62 Golf Tango, request VFR clearance to Mike Romeo Hotel.
62 Golf Tango, go ahead with your request.
Request VFR clearance to Mike Romeo Hotel.
Diamond 1 Romeo.
Diamond 1 Romeo Whiskey radar contact. 4 miles
Alright,
northeast of Ellis
so-
at 1,100 feet. Richlands altimeter 29901.
I think I missed something there because
Diamond 1 Romeo.
my
Diamond 1 Romeo Whiskey contact, Ellis Tower on 132.65.
I'm still learning this, so you're gonna have to chill.
Piper 0 Sierra
So I know
Bravo,
they gave
7
me-
miles from Topsea. Turn right, heading 175, descend and maintain 2,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared
He
for
said
the
add it
ILS
below.
runway 24 approach.
Turn right heading 175, descend to maintain 2,000 till
That's one
established.
thing I don't
Clear to ILS,
understand.
runway 24 approach, November 500 Sierra Bravo.
It says to add it below. Okay, good. I messed that up. That's fine though. Okay, so what's been going on? Like I said, just work. Work has really been hammering me, but once again, things have slowed down, so I'm able to get back in to flying, which I miss. Always miss flying. Always miss hanging out with you guys, and what I really miss is hanging out with the fellas over there with SayIntentions.AI during the Route 66 tour. And the guys is rolling, and I'm too far behind to really play catch up, so I'm just gonna throttle back and kind of do my own thing for a little bit, which is cool. No worries. Still got love for everybody over there, so big up to Sess and all the guys over there. The updates that so coming in a month later, and so the biggest updates I had was I updated. Well, let me start here. So I do my
Bonanza
updates.
424, Romeo Papa, Wilmington approach, contact Washington Center on 127.275.
Going to Washington Center on 127.275, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. Washington Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, it's flight level 3,500.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Washington Center, good morning Potter's Hill, altimeter 29.901.
Good afternoon, Washington Center. American 2450, descending through what level?
I gotta work on this. My
for 14,000.
my altimeter encoder is
American 2450, Washington
something
Center,
is
good
loose.
afternoon.
I have to fix that. But anyway, so I do my updates manually. I don't have any of my settings, turn my lights off, to go automatic, and I follow Island Sim Pilot. He's an awesome guy. He does daily updates. He chases all the updates as far as drivers and things like that, specifically for FS 2020. So I'm constantly monitoring his channel, and so anytime he says, hey, you know, this driver is good or this driver is bad, I move accordingly. So he spoke on the Windows 11 update, which was like it's like 24H2 or something like that, and he said that it did, you know, amazing. So I downloaded that, and I updated my NVIDIA drivers to the most recent one, and man, the sim went haywire. Man, this thing was acting as if I was running a GTX 980 car. You know, it was just bad stutters. I could barely fly the thing. So I started rolling back stuff. So the first thing I did was roll back the driver for the NVIDIA driver. I rolled that back, and the stutters were still there. It wasn't as bad, but it was still there. So I'm like, well, maybe it was the Windows update for me. Like I said, he said for him it worked flawlessly for his, but mine didn't like it. So I rolled it back to the previous Windows that I was running, and voila, the stutters went away, but I was still getting micro stutters. So for any of you who are running NVIDIA graphics cards, you have to download the there's this app or this program that you can download, and what you can do is you can switch. It's like a driver swap. I think that's what it's called. No, it's the no. It's the DLSS swapper. And so not every driver works the same on each system. So let's say you update your NVIDIA drivers to the most recent one, and you start seeing some things that you really don't like. All you got to do is swap that. Now you got to come out of the sim for it to actually swap, and then you just kind of find whatever driver works the best and you roll with it. I was actually, at one point, I was still running like 3.5, so that was a good driver for my system. So yeah, that kind of took me for a loophole for a little bit, and then retweaking some settings in the sim to match, you know, the updates and all of that good stuff. But we finally got her back, and she's running good. She's running real good. I was running DLSS with quality. I have now dialed it back to performance. And, you know, looking at the quality of the visuals between quality and performance, it's a very small difference. I mean, you can tell to a degree, you know, where you kind of lose some of that quality, but you gain so much more in performance. And so I you know, did some test flights here, like I said, over the last week with all the updates and everything, and I just been kind of playing around with it to see, can I deal with that? And you know, I would go back to quality, and I'm like, man, I really like the crisp, you know, visuals, but I don't like the small stutters on the ground. Like, it's starting to bother me. Like, when you're looking out forward and I'm taxiing out, like, it looks all right, but the minute you look left or you look right, you can see how the side monitors are, like, they're behind by a few milliseconds, and it just got this very, very small, like, stutter. Like, it's very small. I don't know if the cameras could ever pick it up, but I can see it, and it drives me crazy. So I swap over to performance, and they go away. So I'm gonna roll with that for a little while, till my eyes just get used to seeing that. I've even tried taking the side monitors down to 2K versus the 4K, and I can't I can't do it. I've gotten so used to 4K all the way around that going to 2K, it, like, looking at 4K in the front and then looking at 2K on the side, like, to me it's a night and day difference. Now, of course, I've read through some Facebook groups, man, there's guys that's doing like 4K in the front and 1080p on the side, and I don't even understand how they do that. I was actually messing with it earlier, prior to this flight, and I'm like, well, let me see what 1080p looks like, just for the heck of it, you know. And as soon as I turned the left screen on to 1080p, I was like, never again. It's just not happening. So I just took it back to 4K and I just deal with it. Now, there was another thing that Island Sim Pilot talked about, and I tested it out, and I will say it actually really helped. So NVIDIA created this app, and you can download it. It's a free app, of course. You download the app and you can go in and do a auto overclock on your GPU, and it says in the description, you know, it will not harm your GPU, it will not fry it, it is a safe piece of software. So I ran it, and to my amazement, well, it was crazy because I was watching. It takes a little bit. It takes about 25-30 minutes for the system to do its thing. But I literally watched. Now, my 4080 Super out the box started at 2.4, and I watched it peak out to, it was like just a smidge over 2.9. And when it was all said and done, so I went from 2.4, so now I'm stable at 2.6, and my voltage went from like 0.94 to just over 1. Temperatures are still nominal temps. It's not overheating. It is perfectly fine. So that little bit of bump, I could also tell too that it actually helped the sim out. So might want to test that out and see if you can, you know, get a little bit more out of your GPU versus, you know, what they set it to out the box. So that helped. Now, I'm in my mind, I know that there is one setting that I've played around with, and this setting right here literally changes. I feel like this slider is the #1 factor in your stutter problems, outside of, you know, just driver issues and things like that. But to get the most fluid motion and performance out of your sim, that TLOD slider is the #1 factor. It is a proven fact. If you don't believe me, next time you crank up your sim, take your terrain level of detail slider, drop it all the way to 10, and watch. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the graphics is about to go to the wayside. As far as detail goes, at least. But watch how smooth. I mean, it was so smooth, y'all. I took the plane up and I was just yanking and banking, and it was so smooth. Like, okay, if you're looking at the screen and you like, the frames are so fluid. Like, there's no blurriness, there's no jumpy, there's no stutters. Now imagine it's looking like that while you're yanking and banking, and it's still holding the same quality. Man, for a moment in time, like, I almost got like seasick in a sense. Like, I almost got lightheaded because it was just that smooth. But once again, it goes back to quality of performance. Which one do you prefer? And then trying to find that even balance to where you get the performance and you get the quality. So with that being said, I am sacrificing a little bit more performance because I gotta have some quality. I got, like, the buildings have to look like buildings. I don't want to look like just blobs of stuff, you know. So I am taking a little bit of hit on that. But now that I know that, we're gonna see what 2024 brings with this access to multi-threaded. I haven't ordered mine yet. I'm debating, do I go ahead and pre-order or do I just wait a little? I kind of want to wait just a little bit because I know, what is it, the 19th, when it hits, it's gonna be a mess. I wouldn't be surprised if it crashed. People are gonna be complaining because the downloads. I want to do a lot, so I'm gonna let the rush get through first, and then I'm gonna download it and go from there. So yeah, and on top, you know, I've been looking and doing some research as far as graphics. I really think that the system I have is, I mean, obviously my system is more than enough to run 24. But going in forward, I am debating if, okay, I'll put it to you like this, and I spoke about this in one of my previous videos. If the multi-thread does what it says it's going to do, I really don't think I need to really upgrade my GPU. I think my GPU will actually perform the way it needs to. I mean, which it's doing now. However, if the I'm getting the same performance that I have now with 2020, then I'm going to look into either selling the 4080 Super and using that and getting the 4090, or waiting until the 5 series come out and looking at the price tag there, because I mean, right now in the market I'm still seeing, you know, 17, 18 on a 4090. So I don't think the numbers are really going to come down as much, even with the 5,000. I could be wrong, but just because what the 4090 brings, you know, is still the flagship today. So I really don't think the number's going to smidge that much. Now, if the 5,000, like the 5090 comes out, let's say the 5090 is 23, then in my mind it only makes sense to spend the extra few $100s and get the 5090. But then it goes into, okay, well, you have the 5090. Do I now upgrade my 7800 X3D for the 59 series? So, you know, it starts becoming that. I mean, the system is, I really don't foresee myself upgrading my CPU. The 7800 X3D is still a phenomenal CPU, so I think I am good there for a while. but one or two things might happen depending on how the 4080 does with the 2024 system, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at with the sim. Ooh, that was a nice little stutter there. That's where I'm at with the sim as far as updates go. I do have some things coming. I just don't know when, but I do have a very big change. I'll say that, a very big change in the sim in the future. Could be a month, it could be a few months, it just depends, but stay tuned to that. So now that I done got my rambling out of it, man, she is starting to stutter. What's going on with you all of a sudden? Y'all see that? I mean, this is new territory, so she might be acting a little weird. Alright, cool. So now that I'm done with that, let's get some charts going so I can get ready for the arrival. So ATIS is 1, 2, 3, 8.
End use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read BEC all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 120.1. Advise on initial contact you have information Golf. Raleigh-Durham International Airport, information Golf. 0451 Zulu. Wind 255 at 3. Visibility 8. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 16. Dew point 14. Altimeter 2988. Arriving and departing runways 5 left, 23 left, 32. Visual approach is in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read BEC all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 120.1. Advise on initial contact you have information Golf. Raleigh-Durham International Airport, information Golf. 0451 Zulu. Wind 255 at 3. Visibility 8. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 16. Dew point 14. Altimeter 2988. Arriving and departing runways 5 left, 23 left, 32. Visual approach is in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read BEC all runway and hold short instructions.
23 left. 23 left. We'll take 23 left.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Washington Center. You're cleared into the Raleigh-Durham Airport Class Charlie airspace. Continue straight in towards the field. Descend at your discretion. I'll turn you over to tower when you're a little closer. Remain this frequency. Expect runway 32.
Cleared into Charlie airspace. Remain on this frequency. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. And we'll go ahead and get down to
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, contact Raleigh Tower on 119.3.
Switching to tower 119.3, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Good day.
Mountain Air 3005, Raleigh Tower. Turn right heading 195. Mountain Air 3005, Raleigh Tower, winds 103 at 8. Runway 5 left, clear to land.
Mountain Air 3005, thank you. Mountain Air 3005, SPEC.
Cessna 1 Hotel Bravo, contact departure on 125.3.
Over to departure, Cessna 1 Hotel Bravo. Raleigh Ground, Cherokee 90 Juliet, request taxi to General Aviation.
Cherokee 90 Juliet, taxi to General Aviation via Alpha Golf Hotel. Have a good evening.
Alpha Golf Hotel, have a good evening, Cherokee 90 Juliet.
Raleigh Tower, TDM, November 142, Charlie Papa, established on the CardboardSim 23 left.
Raleigh Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is 9 miles southeast of the field from VFR runway 32 full stop.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Raleigh Tower, make straight in for runway 32.
Make straight in for runway 32, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. And we got the field in sight. Autopilot is
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, winds calm, runway 32, cleared to land.
cleared to land, runway 32, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa.
Raleigh Tower, Bel Air, November 227 Whiskey Alpha, inbound ILS.
Now, I don't know if my phraseology
Raleigh
was
Tower, Bel Air, November
correct
227
there,
Whiskey Alpha with Juliet.
but
VFR.
I made it happen.
Gate, or
That's something I really want to start working on.
87, ready for departure, runway 23 left.
Bel Air, November 227 Whiskey Alpha, Raleigh Tower, winds calm, runway 23 left, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 23 left, Whiskey Alpha.
First notch flaps coming in. Speed checks. Gear down.
Delta 2569, contact departure.
2569, 1400. Raleigh Tower, Delta 121 Papa Golf at 2100 feet. Inbound to land runway 23 left, Accuseason clearance.
Delta 1221, PG Raleigh Tower, winds 180 at 21. Runway 23 left, clear to land.
I have information, Mike, winds 180 at 21, runway 23 left, clear to land, Delta 1221 Papa Golf.
500.
Good afternoon, Raleigh Tower, citation 500, Accuseason with the ILS 23 right.
Good day, Raleigh Tower, Mountain 3005, holding short at holding point Bravo 7, ready for departure, runway 23 right, Mountain 3005.
Mountain Air 3005, Raleigh Tower. Winds 200 at 11, runway 23 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Mountain 3005.
Mountain 3005, contact departure on 125.3.
Land, runway 23 left, American 213, roger. Charlie Tower, American 213, Taku at 2200, inbound on the Alice 23 left. American 213, roger.
4 Bravo Delta, contact departure on 125.3.
Switching to 125.3. Good day.
Mountain Air 3005 Raleigh Tower. Turn right heading 170 vectors for the ILS runway 5 left approach. Citation 0 Echo Zulu, contact departure.
Over to departure, 30 Zulu. Good night.
To Raleigh.
Relay Tower. Beach November 720, Papa Mike, holding short runway 23 right, ready for departure.
Bonanza Foxtrot Sierra Golf Charlie. Alpha Raleigh Tower, winds calm runway 23 right, cleared for takeoff.
This off real quick. Charlie. You're saying Alpha. This is saying Charlie. That's weird. Okay, so. Raleigh Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is clear, runway 32, holding short, runway Charlie, taxiway Charlie, looking to park at GA.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, taxi to general aviation parking via Charlie, cross runway 23 left, then Juliet 1. Have a good day.
Taxi to general aviation parking via Charlie, cross runway 23. Then Juliet 1. Thank you. Have a good day. Taxi lights on, strobe lights are off. I think I'm gonna update Raleigh's scenery. There's a package, there's an Orbix package. I might update that. Kind of get the real thing going. I'll be doing a lot more flying, but alright. Landing light on. We are clear left. And we are clear right. Now see, this is how I know, because I was over here. Technically, okay, yeah. So this is supposed to be Juliet right here. But if you see here, we're Alpha Bravo, so here's Juliet 1. Where do we park? Let's go park over here next to this. What's the citation looks like? there you go, guys. Nice little flight from Ellis Airport, which is my home terminal, to Raleigh International. And we'll take off from here and head on to the next one on the next flight. So hope you guys enjoyed it. It's CardboardSim signing out.